Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being here today. So for today's video, I wanted to do a full coverage, full face. I just wanted to show you guys how I do like my concealer, my powder, like in depth, and like give you guys some tips. So if you guys are interested in watching how I achieve like my flawless full coverage makeup, then just keep on watching. Alright, so for one of the things that you always want to do before you do your makeup is obviously prep the skin right. I washed my face and then I put my primer or my moisturizer. The moisturizer I am using right now is the Clinique Dramatically Different moisturizing lotion. It's very, very moisturizing. I like the way it feels. It almost feels like a primer, like it's a little bit tacky, which I like. And then also a primer. So for primer, the one I've been using lately is the Optical Illusion by Urban Decay. I really like this one. It's a very like soothing primer. Well, it kind of reminds me of the Professional just because it's like very like that thick, like clayish type of, you know, feeling. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. I haven't applied it yet, and I only use one pump because a little bit does go a long way, and I mainly focus it on my pores. So it's a very like, a little bit goes a long way, guys. So I just mainly put it here on my pores, and I immediately see a difference. I kid you guys not. I kid you not. So for foundation, the foundation I've been using lately is the Hello Flawless, I can't freaking say that right. The Hello Flawless foundation by Benefit. This is like dewy foundation. I usually lean more towards like matte foundation, but for the summer I wanted something more like luminous and stuff. But yeah, that one is, I mean, it's pretty good. I've used it a couple times and it's good. It's just, I wanted a full coverage foundation, but it's more like light to medium, and you could just build it. But definitely if you have like oily skin, use a matte foundation because that's what's going to prolong your foundation. Because if you use some oily or like dewy foundation and you're oily, your makeup is just gonna, or your face is gonna absorb all your makeup and it's gonna be like gone super fast. So what I do is just pump the foundation onto the brush, and I do 2 pumps, and then I start blending it onto my face. The thing that I really like is that it like matches my skin very well, because usually foundations are more on the pink side and I'm much more yellow, so this matches my skin really good. But oh, the brush I'm using is the Morphe M439. Also, I don't apply this with a beauty blender just because, how I said, I feel like it's not very full coverage, so I rather use a brush. So can you guys tell the foundation is like kind of dewy? Excuse my ratchet ass nails, I need to go get them done. But yeah, so also like the brush, I like using like a nice dense brush just so it could pack on the product even more. The brush by, who is it from? I mean e.l.f. I know it's from e.l.f., but what is it called? I don't know what it's called, but it's like a dupe for this. Like, it's very, very similar, and they both work really good. After I have applied that, I'm gonna do just one more, like half a pump, not like a full pump, just half a pump on the same brush. That wasn't a complete pump, but I use this for like the areas where I'm a little bit more red, like on my cheeks. So wherever I need more coverage, then I go ahead and use it there. Okay, and also when you're using a brush, you do not want to swipe your foundation. You don't want to do this because that's just going to take it off. So you want to dab and softly buff but you do not want to drag it because that's literally just going to mess up your foundation and just make it real streaky. Don't forget your neck. It's my hair, guys. My nails, my hair, everything. Excuse everything. It's just I got out of the shower and it's currently drying. So it's very frizzy. Alright, next for concealer, my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is my go-to. I literally like haven't used anything for the past like whenever it's been out. So I use the shade Fair Neutral. A good drugstore concealer is the Fit Me by Maybelline. That one is really good. I used to use that one all the time, but it is a little bit less like full coverage than this one. This one is like full coverage. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a few stripes here underneath my eyes. And then I'm also going to put some on my chin and my forehead. So the reason for this is to highlight all of the areas that the sun hits first. So the forehead, the chin, and the under eyes, you want it to just be more bright. It's like that Kim K contour, and then you're gonna want to darken up later. I'll show you guys in the video. But yeah, so that's the point of highlighting these areas. Also, you could do the bridge of your nose. I don't really do that because I just take the rest of the product and I just dab it on my nose. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't. So for this, I am going to be using a beauty blender. Beauty blender, oh my gosh, guys, this, so good. I could never, like, I can't imagine blending out my concealer with a brush. Like, I just can't. Like, I am so thankful for these little beauty blenders. So good. Oh, and then also, I do my under eyes last. So I go on my chin, then my forehead, and then I just drag it down to my nose. Do you guys just see the brightness like it gives my face? But yeah, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do my under eyes. And you wanna dab very gently, very softly, and you wanna look up when you do this just so you won't get any creases. And it might have looked like I put a lot of concealer, but reminder for you guys is that the beauty blender is wet, so it will absorb more of the product. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dab this out, and you want to use this wet. Definitely use any beauty blender wet. And you want to dab like back and forth. Just like that. This is now where you would cream contour. I usually don't cream contour just because, I don't know, the cream stick that I have I don't really like. I don't like the color, it's too red for me. So I don't really use cream, but this is the moment when you would cream contour. You know, put it in all the areas and then buff it out. But I'm going to be skipping that, and I'm just going to go ahead and set my concealer. So to set your concealer, I usually like using a loose powder. So either use the Dermablend loose setting powder or the Airspun powder. This is like such a good, affordable powder. This one is not that expensive either, but for your first time like ever baking, I would definitely recommend this one just because it's easier to work with, I feel. But for today, I'll use a Dermablend. So this powder is very finely milled. It's super white, but it is translucent obviously, but I really like the way it works. So before I go ahead and set my concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and dab it out one more time just so I won't lock in any creases. So you want to do this before you set it, because if you set it, you're already gonna have some creases most likely. So you're gonna want to blend all that out. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let that bake for a little bit. I'm also gonna bake down the bridge of my nose, my chin. Gonna do a little bit of my laugh lines. And then on my forehead a little bit. Okay, so you might be like, what the hell is this shit? But this is gonna really lock in your foundation and make it stay all day and make you not crease as much. I know it looks really, really white, but just wait a second and let this bake, and then we'll go back and powder the rest of our face. Alright, so after it's baked for a little while, you want to go ahead and swipe everything away. I'm just using a Luxie 660 Precision Foundation brush. I love this to wipe away all my bake. Okay, so now I look ghostly white, so I'm gonna go ahead and set my foundation, so the rest of my face. But this time I'm gonna be setting it with a powder that is actually my skin tone to bring back color into my face. So this is the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in medium. So this is not gonna give you more coverage. You can use like a powder foundation to give you more color, and that's gonna give you like a lot more coverage. But for me, I just want to get my color back. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this. So for that, I'm gonna use my Morphe E. I believe this was the E3. I can't remember what it was called because it like broke off. But I'm just gonna go ahead and grab some of that powder and just bring color back to my face. Alright, so now that I've brought back color to my face, I feel like I still look really white on camera, but no, I got color back to my face. Like I'm actually really white, guys. Like I'm really white. You guys see? That matches my face. So now for bronzing and contouring. I think a lot of people get confused with what's the difference of bronzing and contouring. Like, you know, it's the same thing. But contouring is going to strictly like really cut and like chisel out your cheeks and like, oh my gosh, I have powder on my nose. But like really like define your cheekbones. Bronzing is where you just like bronze up your whole face and make and give your whole face more warmth. So I'm gonna go ahead and bronze my skin with a little bit of Give Me Sun. This is a really, really orange product. Usually really pale or like lighter skin tones probably won't use this just because it's very orange, but I like using it. I like using very little product of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and bronze my skin using the M527 by Morphe. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a little bit of product and just go ahead and bronze my skin. Okay, so now that I have bronzed my skin, I'm gonna go ahead and contour. I've been using the Tarteist Pro Glow, and I've been using the Sculpt shade in here because I feel like it works. It's like a really nice, cool, oh, I just scratched my face, cool tone bronzer, so it won't come out too warm. So for that, I've been using the Real Techniques little brush, the Expert Face Brush. So I just go ahead and dig in my brush, tap off the excess, and then I suck in my cheeks and I go right here. So do you guys see, like I look like I'm 5 pounds less? That's the goal. I'm gonna do a little bit on my double chin too. Oh, also for contouring, you don't want to take the contour too far down because then it's just going to start looking muddy here. So I usually focus this more out here and then drag it in like maybe halfway, maybe less than halfway even. So yes. And then I just take whatever's in the brush and I just contour my forehead just a little bit. And also contouring, you want to make sure you don't put the product up too low because then it's not really gonna like suck you in. It's just gonna like just not gonna be in your favor. So you want to do it a little bit higher end, brush up. I don't know if you guys noticed I was doing that. I brush up more than going down. Now, if you want your contour to be really, really defined, really cut, go ahead with your translucent powder and your beauty blender, and you're just going to pick up a little bit of product and cut your contour just like that, so it can be really, really defined. So I'm just going to go ahead and let that sit for very little. You don't want to let this bake forever because then it's going to be a really, really sharp line. Because this is kind of like an eraser. So yeah, you don't want to do it for too long. You guys see, that just makes it so much more cut and defined. Alright, so I usually don't contour my nose, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to go ahead and contour it. Guys, I'm not that good at contouring my nose. I still don't think I have found the correct technique for the shape of my nose. It's just, I don't know, it's harder to work with for me. So I'm going to go ahead and take the same powder from the Tarteist palette that I used to contour my face, and I'm going to be using this Scone blending brush to contour my nose. So I'm going to take a little bit of powder and I'm going to go ahead and contour. Tell me if you guys see a difference, okay? So this is the before and let me show you guys the after. Let's see. So I already feel like I messed up. It's because I have like a bump in the middle of my nose, so. And then I'm gonna go down here to shorten my nose because I feel like I have a longer nose. Guys, how excited are you guys for the Desi and Katie collection with ColourPop? Oh my gosh, I literally can't wait till it comes out. It's gonna be so good. Thumbs this video up if you guys want a review on that. I'll definitely do it because I am so excited to get that. So yeah, thumbs up this video for sure if you guys want a review. I'm gonna go ahead and bake the sides of my nose. Alright, that's as far as it's gonna go. Let me know if you guys see a difference on my nose contour. Like, does it make my nose look better? I don't know. You guys let me know. So now for blush, I'm gonna go ahead and take my E4 brush. This is like the best blush brush ever. And I'm gonna be taking this Hot Mama blush. Well, I think it's an eyeshadow, but I use it as a blush because I think it's really pretty. It reminds me of Orgasm by NARS. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. It looks like this. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. I'm gonna take a little bit with my brush. It's very, very pigmented. So go ahead and really tap off from every single angle. So for blush, people think it's hard to apply blush, but it's either you want it more here on the cheeks or more back here. Today, sometimes I like the more in the back blush, but today I'm gonna do more here in the apples of the cheeks blush. So you guys see the difference what blush makes. Do you guys see the difference or not? And this has a really, really pretty shimmer. So it gives you a really pretty like apples highlight, which I love for the summer because I feel like it just gives you like a sun-kissed, cute little highlight in the cheeks. Apples love your cheeks. Blush is also the first thing that fades from your makeup, so don't be afraid to go a little bit overboard. Well, not overboard, but you know, go a little bit excuse me, a little bit more heavy-handed. Yeah, I forgot where I was at. My camera ran out of storage, so yeah. But now for the last but not least product that I'm going to be using is highlight. So of course I'm going to be using my little brush from Real Techniques. This is my fave, And for highlight today, I'm going to be using Strobe, this one right here from the same palette I use my contour. So this is such a pretty brush. I tap off all the excess and then I go in town. You guys, like it's literally like wet glass. Like you guys, like it's so good. It's so freaking good. And I'm gonna go a little bit on top of my brow. I'm gonna take my finger and go on my nose. Ooh. Ooh. I don't think I've highlighted my nose in this bright in a while. So I'm gonna go in with my Cupid Photo. And then I go back in with my blush brush and I go ahead and just blend this out together just so there won't be no harsh lines, just like so. And then of course setting powder. So I just use the Mario Badescu right now, but the MAC Spray Fix Prep and Fix what is it called? I don't remember what it's called. But that one works really good, and yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face now. And then you quickly want to dry this out. But yeah, this is my full coverage face of a makeup. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to give it a big old thumbs up and let me know what kind of videos you would like to see for the future. And like always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys!